What is good, guys? It is Reed and welcome back to another video. Today we got Gimme a Breakdown episode 4. First of all, I just want to wish you guys all a happy new year and hope you had a great holiday. It's Friday now. I was just sitting down editing the video coming out tomorrow and realized I didn't have an intro or an outro. So I'm just filming a quick sort of impromptu vlog style outro. Anyway, in this video we got a performance breakdown, part 2 of the insane street magic video. Now this one is one of the greatest performance breakdowns I've done, particularly if you're interested in propless mentalism. I go over 2 propless mentalism effects and one more effect in this, and the insight you get in the propless mentalism section is absolutely great. You see some real mistakes that I make and problem solving when you're trying to practice, and it's from when I was first starting propless mentalism, so it's absolutely great footage, and I explain sort of all the insights and how I navigated my mistakes and worked through it. So this is a really great video. You're going to see propless name divination, propless star sign divination, and an awesome card trick, one of my favorites. So I hope you guys enjoy this and enjoy this series. If you do, don't forget to like this video, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel. Really helps me out a lot. If you are interested, you can check out the link below for some private lessons. Without any further ado, let's just get into the video. Give me a breakdown, episode 4. Hope you guys enjoy. So we're back to this group now. Let's take a look. Call stop whenever you'd like.
Stop.
Right there. Alright, perfect. So we'll take these 2 cards. So this is Face Off. Again, this is Face Off, available on Illusionist by Ron something or other. Wonderful effect. One of the only effects that I use a gimmick for, and it absolutely kills. You have the 5 of Hearts and the 10 of Spades.
I should have.
August, come on, perfect. Alright, so you got the 5 of Hearts and the 10 of Spades. Who wants to sign the 10?
Me.
So that move there to flip the cards over is actually extremely discrepant, because you have the 2 cards like this. One of the cards needs to be flipped over, so you do this move kind of where you go like this and you flip them both, but one of them stays face up. So what should happen is this, but what actually happens, the card ends up like this, face up, and it makes no sense. But again, it's something I do. She signs it and then I take it and I do the move and then go right into the next signature, and no one ever notices it, right? It's a non-moment, it's a down moment. Easy. Pickle? It's fine, it's fine. All right, there's more room. Anyone else? So she signed something very small, but I wanted to have a bigger impact, so I just invited someone else to draw something bigger. Perfect. Easy solution. 5 with the August, and this with Pickle, Lauren, and Ash, right? So these cards are unique, right? There's only... See how easy it is to make people laugh, guys? I literally just read the things they wrote down on the card. But I knew it would get a laugh because they're kind of strange things, and I'm just like, all right, so I'm gonna fold up these cards with a pickle written on it. Like, I knew it would get a laugh, right? Okay, so that means that these cards are the only ones like this that exist, right? Because there's no way I could have known you guys would write these, right? So you fold them up like this, make a nice good crease, and actually tear them down the middle. This is why I didn't want to tear the other ones, right? That's my nice one. So now I have 2 pieces. Can you hold your hand out like that? I'm going to give you this, close up, turn your hand over. Lauren, close up, turn your hand over. Again, this is a good learning moment. When I place the card in their hand, I am folding their hand. I am making sure they do exactly what I want, not taking any chances. Lots of effects are important for this. Anytime you put Omni deck in between a spectator's hands, take that hand, put it on top, and squeeze it. Say, keep your hands like that. Don't just say, here's the deck, put your other hand on top, and let them do it, because there's room for error there. All right. I want you to just squeeze a little bit. Not too hard, don't crush the cards, but just a little bit of pressure. All right, heat it up a little bit. Are you feeling anything? Feeling the magic?
Yep.
You guys to just touch this. They actually said yes, they were feeling something. That's a rare answer. Most of the time people said no, but it was good. Played well. A little fist bump. Did you feel that?
I did. Yep.
I don't know if you're lying. But most people just say no.
But most spiritual girls say yeah. Yeah.
Turn your hands over, and if this works, open up the card. Open it.
Whoa. What? Wait, bro. What? Wait, no way. Let me see that. Close up with the camera.
Yeah, let's go. Good shot.
You can see how, just the awe, the true astonishment, everyone's just jaw dropping, right? Watch it. You'll see almost every one of them is just, that is the power of this effect. And you can see the other thing I like is that it's almost like no one else believes it until they get their hands on that card, which is something truly beautiful. You'll see there's like a couple people who are just, and this always happens, who are just reaching, give me that. There's no way, I need to see that. And then once they have it up close, it really sets in. So there's like moments as the reaction continues to build. And I think one of the girls here is like, you know, is gonna say like, oh, there's no way, hold on, let me see that. And then really like get in there, try to inspect it, almost tear the card apart, which is fine. If they want to tear it open, there's nothing to see, it's a regular card. But yeah, it's just a brilliant effect.
Oh my god.
Cameraman Taylor doing his job.
What in the world? We are mad. I don't know.
Take your time, Stefan.
Oh
Look at it all you want.
Dude, it's half and half.
It is half.
Half pickle. Oh, pickle.
It's half a pickle.
You can see her on the end just like totally like mind blown, which is awesome. It's great. It's, you know, such a good effect. And the other thing I love is like the methods that people always guess, glue, tape, are exactly what they're looking for, and they're never going to find it because there's no glue and there's no tape, right?
Guys, I'm going to be the psychic next. Yeah.
Speaking of psychics, okay. Are any of you guys into like astrology?
Yeah.
Segue of the year right there. Look at that, guys. Come on. Straight into a star sign reading. She says, I must be psychic. And I said, speaking of psychics, are you guys into astrology? And you'll see what happens is two of them jump on it right away. Two of them are like, yes, you know, we're very much into astrology, like us two. And I was like, perfect. So I'm going to go into a PROPLESS star sign reveal. So this is Peter Turner's Monkeying Around star sign reveal if you want to learn it. This is an example of like just kind of freestyling, right? I wasn't planning on doing this, but it was a perfect opportunity to, so it flowed really perfectly.
There's an R.
Yeah.
And an A.
Yeah.
Hold on. Focus a little harder on me. E. No E. No E. Hold on. Keep repeating it in your head for me, okay? Keep saying it over and over like Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius.
Oh my god! That was so good. I was like, do I have like a necklace on me? That was so good.
Crazy, right?
Oh my god! I need to learn that trick. Yeah, that's pattern. Oh my god.
You ever heard of
So that trick actually hits really well because, you know, they're actually into astrology, and so they might believe that I'm picking up on their, you know, sign traits or whatever. But you see, like, it's just really fast paced, hits hard, totally propless, a true feat of real mind reading, and it just kind of adds a bit of credibility to everything else that I do. You can see there how I handle sort of the anagramming process, how one moment when I get a miss, how I just gloss over the miss really quick, and I act like I knew that I made a mistake, right? I say the mistake, the wrong letter, and she's starting to nod her head no, and then I come in the second I see a negative response, and I say, oh no, never mind, right? We'll watch that again.
E? No E. No E. Hold on.
So you see I say E, and then she freezes for a second. Before she even starts nodding her head no, I'm already, no E, never mind, right? And it's acting as if I picked up on the mistake I made. Ooh, this one's real fun. I love this effect. This is Guess Who by Peter Turner. So it's a fully propless name divination. It's awesome. Go check it out. I'll give you some tips, some pointers if I can, and let's check it out.
I'm gonna have you think of a name in a second, but exactly because.
So that was actually great. It's important that they don't jump ahead and think of a name too early. So the second I say I'm gonna have you think of a name, someone else says we all know what name she's gonna go for. I don't know. There must be an inside joke or whatever. And then I said exactly. That's why. Now I'm gonna say, you know, I don't want you to just pick any name. I want it to be one that there's no way I could know. So it segues perfectly into a justification.
Because if you ask people to think of a name, they tend to pick people they know or that sort of thing. And I don't want you to think that I like creeped your Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And I'm like, I know every name that you know, right? No. So we're gonna do it in a much more random way. So I'm gonna have you think of 2 single-digit numbers that are different.
So you can see everything is beautifully justified in this plot. Why they don't just think of a name, that's important. Why they need to go through this process so that they don't pick someone they know. It's all perfectly layered and justified, coming up with a random name.
So for example, you could pick 8 and 9, and you could make like 89, right? Don't pick those 2 numbers because I said them obviously, but think of any 2 different single-digit numbers. Okay. Put those together and make your 2-digit number. Okay. Clear? Yeah. Pretty easy. Why don't you just spell out that number like in between us in the air, letter by letter, you know? Focus in on the first letter of that number. You got that? You got the first letter? I want you to think of the first male name that comes to mind when you think of that. Now don't pick Taylor or Sam, that's unisex. Pick something definitively male, maybe like Sean or something like that. You got it? All right. Think of the exact number of letters in that name. You got it? Is it like 3 or 4? Hold on, hold on. I know what's happening here. If the name is, just to make it easier, if the name is like a longer name, that can be condensed. So like Edward.
So here's a good example. I forgot a step, right? I forgot this condense the name step, and I jumped to the next part about the how many letters are in it. And I realized actually her being confused. Like again, you can see the confusion. Before she answers, I am all over, oh, she's confused, there's a problem. And then it clicks, oh, I forgot to do that step. That might be why there's confusion. And I just say, hold on, I know what's going on here. Again, doesn't mean much, but it allows me to now go back and continue where I need to be.
That's unisex. Pick something definitively male, maybe like Sean or something like that. You got it? Shorten it down if it can be. Yeah. Don't make up a new name, but you know. Yeah. Okay. Now think of the numbers of letters in that name. It's like 3 or 4? 3 or 4, one of those. No, it's one of those, 3 or 4, right? No?
So there was, I missed the read. In hindsight, it's very obvious. You watch her face, she never nodded, and she totally looked like no. But for some reason, I took that as a yes to my 3 or 4 letter question. So I started to go down that avenue. But you see how I asked the question a second time, phrased slightly different? Because I wasn't sure if it was a yes. So in my head, I'm thinking it's a yes. In hindsight, I should have noticed right away that it was a no and moved down the path of no. But, because it is very obvious now, but you know, I was less experienced a couple of years ago when I filmed this, and so I thought that for whatever reason, it was a yes, and then I dove down that path, and then I asked a second time the same question phrased differently to get a definitive answer from her. And then she does actually say no, and you know, there's no issues because it's a miss. Now she feels like, oh, he's not even close, he's not even on the right track, right? If I say think of a name, and I say it's 3 or 4 letters, and you say no, well, bro, that could be literally anything. It could be a 1, 2, well, I guess not a 1 or 2, but it could be a 5-letter name, 6, 7, 8. It could be literally, there's still millions of possibilities, right? So let's watch that aspect again, just so you can see how obvious it is that it's a no, right?
Now think of the numbers of letters in that name. It's like 3 or 4? 3 or 4, one of those. No, it's one of those, 3 or 4, right? No?
So you can see her little head movement is obviously a no, but you're close head movement, and I should have picked that up and then moved on, but instead I said, but it is that, right? 3 or 4, because I wanted a definitive answer. So if you're ever not sure, just wait and try to get that definitive answer so you don't end up screwing up, because I would have screwed up if I took my first instinct.
Okay, I want you to say the name over and over in your head. Okay, keep saying it. Over and over, like Steve, Steve, Steve. Keep saying it just like that, okay? Don't know if this works. It's gonna be a big letdown if it didn't work, but we're gonna try here.
So that's an old thing I used to do. I don't do that anymore. It is something you can do. I just don't like it anymore. Like reflecting on my performances, it never looks good in performance, but it's lowering the expectations, right? I used to do that as sort of a crutch when I was first getting into some of this PROPLESS stuff. I wasn't as good at it. I didn't hit as much. I would always, I think there is a tasteful way to do it, but I'd say like, you know, this is going to be, like there, I said it's going to be a big letdown if this doesn't work. No reason to say that. It also bogs down the performance, and you know, if people's expectations are here and they're going to give you this level reaction, when you say that, they're kind of now, they come down and their reaction isn't going to be as good. You know, it makes you feel not confident, not sure of yourself. So instead, you know, now something I say, if I want to kind of bring it down, I would more say like, this is an experiment, we'll see how it goes, rather than this is going to be a letdown if it doesn't work, right? So similar thing, gives you the same sentiment, takes some of that pressure off if things don't go wrong, shifts it onto other people and that sort of thing. But now, like this trick at the time, I didn't really have an out for it, but now I have an out prepared for this, so I'll walk you through that in a sec.
Lauren, what's the name?
Frank. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! No way. Shut up! I don't even know a Frank. Oh my gosh! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh!
Wow,
I got nervous for a second. Like,
I got nervous too. I didn't think.
Oh my gosh! Wow! Wow!
So you see there like how amazing that effect is, how great propless effects can be. Like it's a simple little, this is the name you're thinking of, but it hits so hard because it feels like there's nothing involved, which there isn't. I did get a perfect hit there, so it was great. Now, you know, my out on that is if I set that billet down and she says a name that is not written on it, I will then ask someone else to think of a name in a different way, and I have a way of let's say forcing the name that I had written down, and then I will have someone else think of that name and then use a one ahead to write whatever name they actually did think of, because they've said it out loud. I said for the first time what was the name. Let's say they said like Derek or something. Then I would say, okay, perfect. Let's try this with someone else as well, and then we move into a one ahead. So that's just a great effect and a really awesome breakdown. So I hope you guys enjoyed Give Me a Breakdown episode 4. I think this video was super insightful, especially if you're trying to get into propless mentalism. There's some extremely valuable information breaking down the name divination and the star sign divination. You know, you can see me performing real world, thinking on my feet, making mistakes and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget, if you did and you'd like to see more, like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Got a lot of great content coming in the new year. I'll be sharing the new posting schedule of the channel very soon, hopefully in a live stream that I'll have in this weekend or maybe next weekend. So stay tuned for that. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.